right, Shalom. I want to start out by giving all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who I learned this truth from, and I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. And this is the brother Yahweh from the GMS Detroit camp, and I'm coming to you, with a video today. Pretty much still, going into, that false prophet, who, pretty much deems himself as King David, which he's not, which, I'm going to do another video on that guy, man. But just to pretty much, again, prove this man wrong, So, I'm just going to go into, the book of Matthew 24, and get the first few verses, because again, further down in the chapter, verse 36, it says that no man knows the day or hour. Yahweh Shai himself doesn't even know when he is returning, But before, he was crucified, what did he do? He gave his disciples signs. He told them, once you see these things happen, then you'll know that, he is, on his way back, so to speak. So I'm not going to do too much talking, man. So as you can see, the headline reads, signs of, it says Christ, but Hamashiach's return. So it's the book of Matthew 24 and verse 1. And it says, and Yahweh Shai went out and departed from the temple, and the disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. And Yahweh Shai said unto them, see ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left here one stone upon another, there shall not be one thrown down. And he sat upon the Mount of Olives, and the disciples came to him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? And yeah, man, are we not in the end of the world? No, we're in the last days, man. We're seeing, a lot of, a lot of things are happening, in the earth. Again, April 8th was, dead solar eclipse, and that was a major sign, in the heavens that, the Lord is getting ready to do something, very soon, So we're in the end of the world, man, which is pretty much, end of an age, the end of Esau Edom's rulership, He's pretty much at the latter end of it, man, and he's getting ready to be thrown down. Verse 4, and it says, and Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. And yeah, man, there's a lot of false prophets out here. Again, that fake King David being one of them, because he's deceived his congregation into believing that April 8th was the day that Yahweh Shai was going to come back, which again could be far from the truth, man, and he has not made a response video, since Sunday, April 7th. So before I continue, I'm just going to make a prediction. This is not me prophesying. This is just me making a prediction, man, because I'll give him to the end of the month, to make a response video, pretty much, to say that he was wrong, or just to say anything, man, to say anything. But if he doesn't respond, he pretty much, then disappeared off the scene, and he won't pop back up until, the next major event takes place, whether it be, the CBDC, the mass or the mandatory implementation of the mark of the beast, the very start of Jacob's trouble, who knows? And then he'll probably pop back up and, oh, well, see, I told you all this was going to happen. Like, no, dude, no. So he pretty much left his people out there, man. So, he misled all those lost souls into believing, his false doctrine, and, he left them out there. So, hey, man, that's on them. This is verse 5, Matthew 24 and verse 5. And it says, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Hamashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. And it's like, you see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And that's what we're hearing, man. Wars and rumors of war, man. Right now, World War III is a rumor of war. Even though we know it's going to happen, it's still a rumor, because, you have these other wars going on. Russia and Ukraine are still going at it. Those Ishmaelites and Amalek are still going to war over there in the land. I think, Taiwan and China, you have these various nations that are at war with each other right now, man. And these are all signs that Yahushua told us that, he was coming, he was near, because even though we know there's still, one major prophecy that has to take place, before Yahushua's glorious, second coming, that being the prophecy of Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16, the mandatory implementation of the mark of the beast, which is the RFID micro CHIP, that has to be made mandatory, man, because again, it's certain things that have to happen before the Lord comes back, man. And this is what he was letting the disciples know. Verse 7, it says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. Yeah, man. You're going to have, race riots, race wars, civil war. People are pretty much going to be at war with each other just here in Babylon alone, and that's what it's talking about, these different nations that are over here, man. Just here, because, I'm pretty sure, these other nations around the world, they're going to be at war with each other too. But just focusing on America, man, these different nations that are over here, man, they're going to be going to war with the other nation, and then let me grab that, Slakia, bear with me. Slakia. All right, bam, there it is. Slakia for that. Pretty much backing up my point. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 19 and 2, Slakia. And it says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And yeah, man, that's the time that we're coming into, pretty much all hell breaking loose, the time of Jacob's trouble, that's, something else that'll be taking place, and it says, famines, there's going to be a famine, which, the famine, it won't be just, no food at all, but, a serious lack of it, because again, you have a lot of, food plants that have been, set on fire, and a lot of livestock, that have been put to death. You know, you also have, Bill Gates buying up, farmland. So they're pretty much orchestrating, a famine here in America, and then pestilences, the excuse me, Slakia, the C-19, they had that, and then you had, hearing things about, disease X and all these other things, there's going to be pestilences, man, sicknesses out here that there will be no cure for, earthquakes in diverse places again. Last week, New York City got hit with that, 4.8 or 4.5 magnitude earthquake, man. Like things are happening. And these are the things that the Lord told the disciples that, the signs of his coming, Verse 8, and it says, all these, it's like in Matthew 24 and verse 8, and it says, all these are the beginning of sorrows. So yeah, man, these are just the beginnings, the birth pains, so to speak. Verse 9, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. Yeah, man, we're coming up to a time where, people are going to betray us, family members, friends, even, certain guys that are in the truth, are going to betray one another, they're going to deliver you up, to pretty much, be executed, to be beheaded. Because as we know, as it says in Revelation 13 and 15, Esau, Edom is going to want to kill those that don't receive the mark of the beast. And how is he going to do that? By cutting off their heads, man. And as we know, certain of the elect, they will be beheaded, but they'll be risen up, man. That's their testimony. Because once our Lord Yahweh Shai returns, those elect members that were, beheaded, they'll be risen up first, And again, it says, we shall be hated by many. So yeah, man, Esau is going to put out, his deception out there, and he's going to, blame the ministry. He's going to paint this picture as if, we're this radical group, where, TERROR is, when, that again is far from the truth, because the only thing, the true sincere men, whether it be Great Millstone or, its affiliates, the only thing we're out here doing is just preaching the Bible, man. But Esau Edom is going to try to paint this picture as if, we're this radical group, Why do you think you have the Southern Poverty Law Center, that list they made, though they label as being BHIs, Black Hebrew Israelites, we're just Hebrew Israelites, man. And we're just out here preaching the word, we're preaching the downfall of this man's kingdom, and it's coming to pass right before our eyes, man. And then let me see. Let me grab that while I'm thinking about it. Yeah, it's the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25 and verse 7. And it says, there be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue, a man that hath joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. And yeah, man, are we not seeing the downfall of Esau Edom, man? Are we not seeing the downfall of this man's kingdom? Because the infrastructure is failing. The food is fake, it's poison, the air is poison, everything in America is pretty much toxic, These are all signs that this man is going down, man. And these are also signs that our Lord Yahweh Shai is coming back soon, man. We don't have a date, like some guys, we don't have a date, as to when the Lord is going to return. But again, this is the whole point of this lesson, man. The Lord told the disciples, he gave them signs. And again, when we read these things, we're pretty much reading Slakia, man. I'm in parking lot right now. But man, pretty much the Lord told us, what things to look out for to know when he was going to come back, man. So coming back to Matthew 24, let me see where I was at, verse 10. And it says, and then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another. And yeah, man, that's going to happen. People are going to be offended. People are offended now, but it's more so, when all hell breaks loose, man, because again, people are going to hate us, for Yahweh Shai's name's sake, as it says, man. They're going to hate the true believers, the elect, if you will. They're going to hate us, Lord willing. I myself, am one of the elect that I'm counted worthy to receive, salvation. Because again, we're coming into some real crucial times, man, where things are going to get very, very serious, So, man, just I don't see how one can be deceived. I know how, but still, man, it's astonishing to me how these people, and again, I know these people, they're lost souls. He led these lost souls into believing that April 8th was the day that, if I can find the video, I'll play it, man. I'll do a separate video, but man, he pretty much said he led these people to think that, April 8th was going to be the day that, Yahweh Shai was coming back and that was going to be the end of our captivity. Like, no, man. The end of our captivity won't be until Yahweh Shai comes back, or better yet, should I say, the beginning of the ending of our captivity won't be until Yahweh Shai comes back, because once he cracks those clouds, that's it, We'll know where, the elect are going to get saved. Esau, Edom, and the other nations are going to be taken down. 2/3 are going to be destroyed, and the elect are going to be delivered, man. That's just going to be the start of it. It's still a process. The kingdom still has to get built up. It's not going to happen overnight. But again, no one knows when the Lord is coming back, so don't believe it. Verse 11, and this is one of the main points. And many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. And did not this man deceive many people? That man has 900, over 900 subscribers, and I subscribed to his channel again just to see if he was going to post a response video, after April 8th or on that day. He never did. It's been 4 days and he hasn't said anything yet, man, because he confounded himself, He confounded himself and prophesied a lie and talking about, we're attacking his faith. No, sir. You prophesied a lie, and you were dumb enough to even believe your own lie. So that's on you, sir. May the Lord destroy you, lest you repent, but you won't. Verse 12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And yeah, man, these days are getting more and more evil by the day. Violence is increasing, man. You're starting to see more and more women. Got to throw the women in there, man, because you women ain't exempt. But seeing a lot more women, catch judgment, man, in various different ways, whether they get put to death or not, at least out there in New York, I've seen a video recently, like a young Jake, he either punched the lady in the face or he pushed her, down some stairs and took her purse or took something, But a lot of you women out here, man, that have been dogging men out, and doing all these other things, man. Obviously, not the sisters, the elect lady, the women that are going to be delivered. Obviously, not talking about you sisters, but you women that are in this world, man, you're going to catch it, man. Y'all going to catch it because y'all wicked. So again, man, the love of many shall wax cold, man. Is this world is becoming more and more violent, man. Verse 13, and it says, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And he didn't tell his congregation about this. We have to endure until the end. You know, we have to endure until Yahweh Shai comes back, man. You know, you may have certain men that may die in the faith, but, you know, they'll still be risen up, you know. That was just the end of their particular story at that time, you know. But as far as the rest of us, man, that are still here and able to do this work, man, you know, we have to endure. You know, first and foremost, speaking to myself, you know, because things are going to get very, very difficult soon, man. Esau is going to make it hard for us to live, you know. But, you know, Lord willing, you know, the Lord, he keeps us, you know, that he's with us during our time of affliction, you know. Verse 14, this will be it. And it says, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. And again, man, are we not in the last days, man? You know, is not the word being preached throughout the world? You know, just like the, you know, the camp head down in GMS, you know, Birmingham. You know, one thing he always says is that, you know, the internet, you know, is pretty much doing the heavy lifting for us, you know, and indeed it is, man, because you can reach more people through the internet than you can, you know, out on the street. You know, not saying that, you know, we shouldn't go out on the streets and teach, no, you know, but you'll be able to reach more people by way of the internet, man, than you can on the street. You know, you can reach more people that way, even though, you know, it still tells us to go out on the streets and teach, man. But that's pretty much, you know, what I want to go into, man. You know, the signs, you know, the signs of the Lord is coming. And as we know, he's coming back soon, man. The signs are all there, man. All hell is getting ready to break loose soon. When it's going to happen, I don't know. You know, I don't want to be that guy to sit here and say, oh, what's going to happen on this day or that day? I don't know, you know, but I know it's going to happen. If anything, man, just like the mark of the beast is coming soon. When is it going to happen? You know, when is that thing going to be made mandatory? I don't know, but it's coming, man. We just have to wait for it. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. I'd like to give double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, where I learned this truth from, and I'd like to say peace and salutations unto the hopefully elect. Till the next time I say Shalom.